What would you do if you found yourself stranded in a frozen wilderness, with no hope of rescue in sight? How far would you go to survive when faced with the unimaginable? This is the story of Uruguayan Air Force flight. On October 13, 1972, a chartered Uruguayan Air Force flight took off from Montevideo, Uruguay, carrying 45 passengers, including a rugby team and their friends. But what was supposed to be a routine flight would soon transform into a fight for survival against unimaginable odds. As the plane climbed into the sky, laughter and excitement filled the cabin. However, the mood shifted abruptly when the pilots faced deteriorating weather. Little did they know that their next moments would determine life and death. At 3:21 p.m., the aircraft collided with a mountain peak in the Andes, shattering against the icy terrain. In an instant, joy turned to chaos, and 16 survivors emerged from the wreckage, confronted with a harsh new reality. Stranded at over 12,000 feet, the survivors faced bitter cold and dwindling supplies. As darkness fell, they gathered in disbelief, realizing they were utterly alone. Days passed, and desperation set in. With no food and hope fading, they made a heart-wrenching decision. In the face of starvation, they confronted their worst fears. Could they survive by consuming the bodies of their fallen friends? After 10 agonizing days, two of the strongest survivors, Fernando Parado and Roberto Canessa, resolved to trek through the unforgiving mountains in search of help. Would their courage lead to salvation or doom? The journey was perilous, testing their physical and mental limits. Every step was a battle against nature, and with each passing hour, hope seemed more distant. Finally, after days of struggling against the elements, they stumbled into a remote shepherd's camp. Exhausted but alive, they could hardly believe their luck. Would they finally find the help they so desperately needed? The shepherd, shocked by their story, quickly contacted the authorities, launching a rescue mission. Back at the crash site, the remaining survivors held on, their fates hanging in the balance. On December 20, 1972, 72 days after the crash, helicopters arrived. The sight of those helicopters was a beacon of hope, a miracle that would end their nightmare. In total, 16 people survived this harrowing ordeal. Their story became legendary, highlighting not only their resilience but also the ethical dilemmas faced in extreme circumstances. What does it mean to survive when survival demands the unthinkable? Their journey was later told in Piers Paul Reed's book, Alive, capturing the essence of human endurance against all odds. This tale of survival is a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the lengths we will go to when our lives hang by a thread. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to follow us and answer the question of the day in the comments section. See you next time.